Hi there, traders. This is Brad Gilbert with the FX Market Insight for Tuesday, the 6th of October. All right, now as we look at the general news here, Trump returns to the White House, hard hit by coronavirus. Now, that's taken a bit of the edge off dollar yen, right? So there was a bit of a safe haven trade there last week when the Donald was, was reported he was infected. Now it's sort of come back. Dollar yen is doing its own thing. The dollar itself is actually just slowly drifting lower, right? And there's talk of extra stimulus packages and etc. But let's just focus on where direction is now. It's just breaking down here on the dollar index, as you can see now. I mean, you're already drawing this next level of resistance, which is coming across to here. One of these is the high, looks like that one there. So you got a couple of levels here. It's going to have a little bit of a tough work to get back higher. And on the daily timeframes, you can see we're right on the money here. Now, I know it's the end of Monday in North America. We haven't got a huge amount of momentum, but things are lining up. You can see with this setting here with all the currencies, the dollar block currencies are going up. And, well, dollar yen's the odd one out, and the dollar pairs are going down, dollar CAD and dollar Swiss. So that's a pretty good setup for us. Now, just having a look at the charts. Right, you've got it's probably early doors. Like the Aussie's trading sideways here, just through a really weak resistance trend line. You're probably looking at these trend lines up above for the key break. Kiwi's a little bit different. See how we've had a multiple top here around 66.60. I'd be more inclined to stick a horizontal line there and look at pretty much 66.60 as potential break level on that. Dollar yen, as I said, is slowly drifting higher, but it's not like setting the house on fire. It's just more of a correction of positions. Euro has comfortably broken higher. It's come back and retested, not quite down to the trend line, but it looks like to me it's looking pretty good. And as is sterling, right? And once again, we've had multiple hits around 130 the figure. I'm thinking that that's got to be a big target above 130 the figure. Big round number. We should see some stops triggered on sterling, and you can see dollar CAD breaking down here as well. So what does that give us? Well, if I just bring you back to the daily market insight page, okay, it'll give you a clearer picture. Now, market conditions are pretty good. Obviously, we're not getting that connection with the macros still at this point, but what we are seeing is the short-term direction is lighting up, right? It's lighting up across the board. Dollar yen is the odd one out. Now, I think that's more to do with Trump coming back and saying he's feeling pretty good. The rest of the dollar pairs are moving lower, and the dollar block, as I mentioned, are going up. Now, euro is the one pair to me which is already breaking through the top side of resistance on the daily charts. We've got a number of pairs here that are giving us opportunities. Like right now, pretty much close to market. There's a daily trend line here around 93.47 on dollar index, a little bit 132.60, I think it is on dollar CAD, around 91.14 on euro, and resistance on the top side here. They're the sort of levels I'll be targeting to get into those pairs. Now, this is one of those conundrums, right? We've seen come into Monday trading. We see the short-term, direction and momentum come into play. It's not really igniting the long-term stuff yet. So this could be, a little bit of a false flag as such, right? Bit of a little tickle of a move. Is it going to be the real move? I'm not sure, but this is the setups. And this is the conundrum you have every time you get to some currencies have direction or a little bit of momentum and they come up to these levels. We're always wondering, do I go with this trade or not? Usually we're looking for the macros to give us that edge on which pair is really going to go and which ones aren't. We don't have that with us at the moment. So to me, I think there's good opportunity here. It is too early in the week to say that the dollar's definitely going to fall for the week. Once again, you're sort of looking through the data that's coming out through the week and trying to identify, things that may instigate the move. We've still got a bit of time to wait. Maybe Powell gives us that later on, or the FOMC meeting minutes. They could be talking about stimulus packages, etc. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, this is all we can say is this is the setup. We've got some really good setups, and we've got potential entry levels here on multiple pairs. I've got euro as a buy dip because it's already broken above that daily resistance level. So that's where we are, right? There's opportunity here. I can't say for sure. I don't feel hugely confident saying it because I can't tell where the dollar move is coming from. So I'm not like, yeah, let's pile in. The dollar's going to get hammered. I don't have that feeling, but I do have the setups, right? So that's the conundrum we've got just at the moment. You may want to wait for these daily trend lines to break and then look to get into those trades on retracements. That's probably a lower risk opportunity, but if they start to sort of run, you may miss the opportunity. That's the second conundrum for all traders on all these opportunities. All right, guys. So basically, to me right now, the start of the week looks pretty good, right? We've got the direction. We're waiting for these trend lines to break, and they are very close on a number of pairs: dollar CAD, dollar index, dollar Swiss, sterling. Aussie's got a little bit of work to do, and the Kiwi. So plenty to play for. Keep an eye on the news. See if there's any significant shifts in news. If there's some breaking news, obviously about Trump would be a key one. That's where we're going to get some of that in play. So keep an eye on what's coming out. The breaking news, importantly, that could be the trigger that tells you which pair to get into and which ones not to. All right, guys, have a good trade day. Cheerio.